Many people may not think twice when turning on the shower, watering plants, or even grabbing a cup of water to drink. But where is all this water coming from, and is there enough of it? As one of the largest metroplexes in the country, we see new headlines every day. Old ones fade, but the problems don't necessarily go away. That's what brings us here. I'm Tiffany Liu, and I'm digging back into the headlines. Water is one thing we can't live without.
The severe drought prompting stage 2 water restrictions.
A combination of the North Texas fluctuating weather.
In this record-breaking heat, water more valuable.
Along with the rapid population growth.
Congestion and construction of the Metroplex are very connected.
It impacts everyday supply and demand.
By knowing where your water comes from, you are more conscious of how you use it in your daily life.
The water cycle in much of the DFW area looks like this. Rain falls into rivers and lakes, then goes through large pipes into a water treatment facility where it is cleaned to make drinkable. From there, water is distributed to the cities, then to your home. Water wasted has to be cleaned before it goes back into the waterways. In the city of McClendon-Chisholm, about 30 miles east of Dallas, there's one more step. So let's rewind. Water is distributed to the cities, in this case, the city of Rockwall. The water company in McClendon-Chisholm then buys 2.1 million gallons a day from Rockwall. At this point, that's not enough.
Huge population explosion.
Over 10 years, McClendon-Chisholm grew more than 159% in population. They went from 1,300 residents to more than 3,500.
Growth is good, but not at such a rapid pace.
April Garcia chose her neighborhood for the quiet countryside. But now all around her is growth.
New developments going up everywhere and tons of traffic.
So much that 2 summers ago,
I woke up one day and there was no water.
the city of McClendon-Chisholm maxed out the contract and the water supply was cut off.
So there was sheer panic.
It's pushed her to be water aware.
Last summer it got really bad to where at one point our tower, we had literally 5 feet of water in our tower.
North Texas is home to dozens of bodies of water, but these man-made reservoirs don't pop up overnight.
It's something important. It's getting water.
They take decades to plan, and for the first time since the 1980s, 2 new ones, both in Fannin County, are in the works.
So you're underwater right now.
We're heading to see Lake Ralph Hall up in Ladonia, about an hour and a half northeast of Dallas, where it often sees more rain.
All right.
It's a 16,000-acre construction site. 7,800 acres will be the actual lake.
The growth in our area doesn't happen without water. And it's very rewarding to be a part of that.
Ed Motley with the Upper Trinity Regional Water District is the program manager for Lake Ralph Hall. His sons were teenagers when he joined the team.
Between them, I have 5 grandchildren. And so it's been a generational thing in my life.
This is Ed's career project.
In 3 years, we'll see a dam here, hopefully water on the other side of it, and we'll be able to supply water to our customers.
Why do we need another lake here in North Texas?
Projected growth over the next 50 years is a 5-fold increase.
Executive Director Larry Patterson says the Upper Trinity Regional Water District serves more than 400,000 residents. But in the next 50 years, it'll be close to 2 million people.
This reservoir will probably serve, with including reuse, of over 50 million gallons per day.
Years from now, if Lake Ralph Hall isn't here,
And we would be in potentially severe restrictions.
water supply serving 29 communities in Denton, Collin, and Dallas counties would be threatened.
We can see from over here.
It's why Larry and Ed are decades into the project.
Because it hadn't been easy.
The hope is to start water delivery in 2026. That's with cooperation from Mother Nature.
We are dependent upon Mother Nature to continue the filling of Bodark Lake.
More rain is also what Jenna Covington likes to see. In 2021, her team at the North Texas Municipal Water District completed the construction of Bodark Lake, about 20 minutes north of Lake Ralph Hall. As quenching as the water looks, you can't drink it straight from the lake. Lake water has to be made potable, and that takes a lot of work. Just last year, water started pumping from Bodark Lake to the new Leonard Water Treatment Plant.
So this is a terminal storage reservoir that has about 3 days of storage.
We're looking over 210 million gallons of water. And each day from this storage,
Yeah, the Leonard Water Treatment Plant currently can produce 70 million gallons of water per day.
that's more than 100 Olympic-sized pools of drinkable water a day from this facility alone. And there are plans for expansion.
So this is where the chemicals are added and mixed into the water.
The chemicals remove dirt and debris from the lake water, and with help from gravity, those sediments drop to the bottom. The water is then disinfected, and it eventually reaches here,
So this is the filter gallery.
the final step before delivery to customers and you.
And what's that sound? That's air release.
All the water that comes into your home, the sink, the shower, the sprinklers, the toilet, it comes from the same place.
One thing that we encourage all people to do is to use water wisely.
Here's the challenge. In a matter of 30 years, Rockwall County grew in population from 29,000 to 123,000. That's more than a 321% increase. It takes that amount of time to build just one lake here in North Texas. Since the last 2 summer scares,
We had to take some really aggressive measures.
April's made changes to help her neighbors with their limited supply in McLennan Chisholm.
Went all out looking at ways to be more effective and, conserve as much as possible.
To water less, she switched her garden to wood chips and added rain barrels on the side of her house. According to Texas A&M research, urban areas of the state use 25% of water supply for landscape and garden watering. In the Texas climate, many plants need more water to survive, or water is simply being used inefficiently.
So many people overwater.
One way to change this is xeriscape. It's a style of landscaping to save water.
It's called a color guard yucca.
Jamie Klingenberg is an expert in xeriscaping.
I've been in business with Sandra for 20 years.
She's the co-owner of Gardens for Texas.
It's a native plant. It'll be drought tolerant.
Xeriscape requires little to no irrigation or maintenance. With it, A&M research shows a household can save 30 to 50% on a water bill. Native plants are not as thirsty as grassy lawns. They can survive harsh winters and summers, plus they feed the wildlife.
With so many people with such big, green, lush lawns, that's where we use the most water. So if they are really willing to decrease the size of their lawn, they could go a long way into helping conserve water.
She hopes every yard she xeriscapes can set a trend in the neighborhood. Of course, redoing a yard can be a long-term, expensive project.
Saving water, yeah.
So another option is rainwater harvesting.
And so a lot of people start out with a rain barrel.
Dottie Woodson is retired from the Texas A&M Extension, where she taught water conservation.
Water was a big issue in 1995. It's always been a big issue.
A barrel can repurpose rainwater in a low-maintenance way.
Every square foot you collect 0.6 gallons of rain in a 1-inch rain.
For perspective, when it rains 1 inch, if you have a 1,000 square foot home, you can collect about 600 gallons of rainwater.
What would happen if every home in Dallas and Fort Worth had one of these?
Our water bills, number one, our water bills will go down, but the cities would not have to clean as much water as they do now.
Do we have enough water?
We will have plenty of water in the future. All of our water providers are planning for that. And what's going to happen with that is conservation.
In McLennan Chisholm, they've outgrown their water contract with the city of Rockwall. Their water company has a new agreement to get supply directly from the North Texas Municipal Water District, which serves 10 counties, including all of Rockwall County. They're adapting to the booming population, and April says others should prepare too.
Don't think that what's happened to us can't happen to you, and because it is happening. It's happening all over.
So the next time you turn on your shower, flush your toilet, or pour a cup of water, you know where your water comes from, and there will be enough if we all do our part and save. In North Texas, I'm Tiffany Lee.